welcome to Street Speed 717, where today it is cold as fuck outside. But aside from it being really cold, we are going to talk about some mods that I've recently done to the DURAMAX. As many of you know, this is my DURAMAX update parking lot and also the place where Prius owners like to call the cops on me. Let's start with the obvious, which is fender flares. As you can see, I have taken them off, and that is because one of them has recently sustained some damage. So let's go ahead and look at that. So this is my front left fender flare, my front driver's side fender flare, and as you can see here, it is pretty fucked up. Normally this would sit like this on the truck. Now I'm not exactly sure when this happened, but I do think I know how this happened because I must have hit a bump while I was off-roading recently and the tire bounced back and hit this. These are just crappy, plastic OEM fender flares, so it doesn't surprise me that it broke so easily. And also, of course, when you're running massive tires where the clearance is already, when I turn the wheel all the way, it just about hits this. So there's not a whole lot of room here for the tire to bounce back when you're doing things like going over big bumps. So I will have to get a new OEM fender flare. Luckily, they are not too expensive. I think for an unpainted one, it's like 50 bucks. I probably will get a painted one just so that it matches the rest of them when the wrap eventually comes off. So I think it's like $150. Not the end of the world, but still sucks that I'm out 150 bucks. But why did I take all of them off even if just one of them is broken? Well, that does kind of piss me off. I don't really have OCD, but maybe I do to a very small degree, because if I have one that's broken and looks all messed up, then it makes me not want to have the rest of them on there so that the truck is equal. The main reason why I decided to take all of them off is because we are actually working on a new wrap for my truck, and I'm gonna have to take them off anyway, so might as well do it now. This original wrap was a little bit more simple. We went from silver birch metallic, as you can see in the bed, to kind of a flat medium gray, and we want to do a crazy show wrap this year for Motorama at the Pennsylvania State Farm Show Complex. I know it sounds it's so redneck, the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex. But anyway, Motorama is a show that I could best describe as kind of like our mini SEMA here, and it's not just for vendors. You can bring your car there, but it's mainly for vendors and to show off crazy tuner cars and trucks and things like that. So we want to have this truck ready for that show, as well as my vet is going to be there, and we're going to be unveiling the new wrap for that as well, and details to follow. But like I said, we wanted to do a crazy show wrap for that event this year, and I'm going to be there with Shane representing his company In Shane Designs, of course, and Andy's going to be there as well, who, if you don't follow the channel, Andy modified my car and Nick's car. My Z06 has over 700 wheel horsepower. So we're going to be doing kind of a joint setup there with In Shane Designs and Andy from Diablo Formula Racing. Motorama this year is going to be absolutely nuts. Like I said, we're unveiling a new wrap for the DURAMAX and for the Corvette, so I will keep you guys updated on all the event details. The original plan was to get a new fender flare and then re-wrap them when the truck gets wrapped and then put them back on. But one of the things I was thinking about doing was just leaving them off. As you can see right now, when you take them out, you get these really ugly, well, let's be honest, these really ugly looking holes here. But what we could do is just wrap over them and make it look really nice. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think here in the comments, but I kind of like the look of no fender flares. It looks a little bit more clean, a little bit more simple, and also makes the truck look even wider than it already is. So that might be something that I actually end up doing. With the fender flares out of the way, let's talk about the next mod for the truck, which is inside. So as you can see, I finally bit the bullet and bought a head unit. Usually I don't like aftermarket head units because they don't match the rest of the vehicle. Like you can see here, this looks very modern, and then the rest is mid-2000s GM, which was really like from the 90s. So it doesn't really match. But here's a weird thing, and maybe other people have experienced this, I don't know, or maybe it's just me. Hopefully it's not just me. But whenever I tried to listen to the radio and charge my phone at the same time, so when I had something plugged in to either little cigarette lighter thing here, all I got through the radio was static. So I couldn't listen to the radio and charge my phone at the same time. And that is what really made me say, okay, fuck this. I can't do it anymore. I have to get a more modern setup. So I went with this Pioneer system. I don't really know the specifics of it or anything, but it's got a touchscreen and Bluetooth and all of that good stuff. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the damage. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because the wrap does a good job of hiding it. But as you can hopefully see, and this is a good one here, you can definitely tell. I'm looking on the screen right now. You can definitely see that one. You can see that the truck did sustain some damage here, and this happened, I guess, you know, again, when I was off-roading, another off-roading injury. Don't remember it happening at all though. I mean, I had a passenger who was watching out for things. I don't remember a time when he was like, oh, you're about to hit something. I don't remember a time all day where I was even close to hitting something. So I really have no idea. There's all kinds of little dents here, and the wrap sustained some damage, which of course, you know, luckily we are replacing it already, so not a big deal. But keep in mind, this was a perfect truck. It didn't have any dents. Didn't really have any scratches either, so for this to happen is kind of a bummer for me. The good news is that I'm sure it can be repaired, and even if it can't, a new bedside for one of these is like 250 bucks, so it's a relatively cheap fix. Shut up! What I think happened was when I was driving through the water, there's trees growing along the bank. And one of the exposed roots, I think, just hit the truck and then scraped along as I drove by. But here's something funny. I have a massive chunk of tree stuck in my tire. This shit is really jammed in here, and I just noticed it the other day, so it's been in here for quite a while. I'll have to work on getting that out. That is gonna do it for this DURAMAX update. I gotta get new fender flares, I gotta fix the dent, and news on the wrap will be coming soon. I sincerely hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. Take care, have a great day.